In 2023, two federal agents at an undisclosed location watched a large, glowing orange orb. Hovering in the evening sky, within moments the object began deploying smaller, red spheres directly toward the ground. These smaller spheres darted forward, rapidly ascended, and abruptly plunged downward. It appeared to be a large aerial leather ship ejecting a swarm of smaller, highly maneuverable drones, a sequence that repeated 5 times over 2 days before the objects vanished. 2 years later, a senior intelligence official and a helicopter crew arrived at those same coordinates and encountered another hovering orb. When the helicopter moved to intercept, the object instantly displaced itself 20 miles away, moving at a speed that left the aircraft behind. Trained government agents provided the basis for these reports, detailing machines that appear to operate outside the known laws of physics in sworn testimonies. These encounters belong to a much larger cache of data.
The U.S. Department of Defense recently published 162 previously classified files, consisting of Pentagon reports, FBI documents, and previously unseen footage of unidentified aerial phenomena. Among the release is an infrared video recorded by the U.S. military over Greece. The footage shows an object executing sharp 90-degree turns while traveling at 80 miles per hour, a maneuver that would destroy most conventional aircraft frames. This data reveals heavy concentrations of sightings in Iraq and Syria, where football-shaped objects have been recorded moving past surveillance systems and instantly disappearing. The logs extend into orbit. During the 1965 Gemini mission, astronaut Frank Borman radioed Houston to report a bogey tracking alongside their capsule. Years later, photographs from the Apollo 17 mission captured 3 distinct dots hovering in a triangular formation near the lunar surface. By releasing hundreds of anomalous cases without analysis or explanation, the government has created an information vacuum. In the absence of context, massive speculation about alien life has filled the void. To understand these objects, the focus must shift from the footage itself to plotting their locations on a map. When you graph 79 years of global sighting data, distinct clusters form over the western United States, historical Cold War borders in Germany, and modern operational zones in the Middle East. These clusters overlap exactly with the deployment zones of the United States military. The phenomenon is bound to American geopolitical borders and active conflict zones. These regions are saturated with the most sophisticated radar and optical surveillance systems ever built, operated around the clock by military personnel monitoring the airspace for threats. Extraterrestrial visitors selectively targeting highly classified American military bases and war zones would be a remarkable coincidence. The connection between the military and these sightings begins in June 1947. Private pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing 9 objects skipping through the air near Mount Rainier, describing their motion like a saucer skimming across water. Newspapers misinterpreted his description of their movement as a description of their shape. The term flying saucer entered the lexicon, and a cultural hysteria followed, resulting in hundreds of copycat reports across several continents within months. 2 weeks later in Roswell, New Mexico, the local Army airfield issued a press release claiming they had captured a flying disc, only to retract it the next day and claim it was a weather balloon. The truth remained buried until 1994, when the Air Force declassified Project Mogul. The Roswell debris was the wreckage of a top-secret acoustic spy balloon designed to float into the upper atmosphere and listen for Soviet nuclear tests. Admitting they were conducting covert surveillance on a hostile superpower would have caused an international crisis. Letting the public obsess over an alien crash landing provided a perfect strategic cover. The government realized that UFO sightings provided a flawless smokescreen. Whenever civilians or foreign agents spotted experimental stealth aircraft or high-altitude surveillance tech, rumors of alien spacecraft offered immediate deniability. The U.S. government weaponizes the myth of aliens to obscure classified terrestrial technology and adversarial espionage. To evaluate the modern era of sightings, the U.S. Defense Department established the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, or AARO. They audited every official record from 1945 to 2023. The resulting report states that the vast majority of unexplained phenomena are ordinary objects. Radars and pilots frequently misidentify commercial drones, atmospheric anomalies, weather balloons, and satellites. For the cases that show genuine capability, like the glowing orbs ejecting smaller craft, the hardware is entirely terrestrial.
Adversarial nations have developed drone motherships capable of deploying hundreds of smaller units mid-air, matching these reports perfectly. Reports from orbit have documented physical explanations as well. Sunlight leaking through window covers or natural space radiation interacting with visual sensors likely caused the strange flashes seen inside spacecraft cabins. When subjected to rigorous scientific scrutiny, there is absolutely zero evidence of extraterrestrial technology on Earth. As Carl Sagan famously said, extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. The U.S. government occasionally releases contextless UFO data to shield their active classified deployments from public and media scrutiny. The real shadow war occurring in the airspace above us is a battle of earthly espionage, foreign drone surveillance, and military posturing. The truth of the UFO phenomenon is a highly classified military smokescreen, hiding in plain sight.